Dear students, myself Sheetal Bidkar. I am working in Sharat Chandra Pawar College of Pharmacy, Otur, Pune. Okay, so today we are going to learn about pre-formulation studies of paracetamol and aspirin. As we know, industrial pharmacy subject or you can say formulary pharmacy subject, formulative pharmacy subject, it consists of lot of or various formulations, different types of formulations we have to formulate, okay, or manufacture at lab level. So before starting the formulation or before going to the formulation, it is very necessary to study the pre-formulation studies of active ingredients, active pharmaceutical ingredients as well as the excipients, okay, because pre-formulation, if we will go toward the pre-formulation studies of active pharmaceutical ingredients as well as excipients, our final dosage form will be of good quality. Otherwise, if any impurities will be there in the excipients or pure drug, it may enter into the final dosage form and the quality of final dosage form may be hampered. So, it is very necessary to study pre-formulation studies of pure drug as well as the excipients. Okay, so pre-formulation studies, it includes physical as well as chemical properties of the pure drug as well as the excipients. Okay, so physical properties and chemical properties. But today we are going to learn few parameters here like organoleptic properties, solubility studies, then angle of repose. We will see how to perform the angle of repose, then how to calculate the bulk density, tap density, Carr's index and Hausner's ratio. So, a few properties of pre-formulation studies we are going to perform today. So, let us start with the actual experiment. Okay students, so now we will see the requirements of our practical or chemicals we will see which are used for our today's experiment. So, this is paracetamol, aspirin, solvents like diethyl ether, ethanol, then distilled water, 5% HCl and 5% NaOH will be used. So, for solubility studies we have to use different type of solvents like polar solvent, that is water, then ether which is non-polar solvent, ethanol as a semi-polar solvent, then acidic medium we have to use, that is 5% HCl and 5% NaOH as a alkaline medium. Okay, so now we will see first of all organoleptic properties of the paracetamol and aspirin drug. So in organoleptic properties we have to see the color of the drug, then smell of the drug and the taste of the drug, which is also very important to study. These are also identification properties of the drug. So here you can see color of the paracetamol, which it is somewhat off-white in color, then which is having no smell and taste also checked, so it is extremely bitter in taste. So same like that aspirin, it is having bright white in color, then it is also odorless. We have checked the taste also, this is also having bitter taste. So now we will come forward towards the solubility studies. So solubility studies are performed qualitatively as well as quantitatively. So today we will see in short qualitatively find out the solubility study of paracetamol. Same like that we have to perform for the aspirin also. Okay, so solubility study which is very important to perform to check the dissolution of the dosage form. Without performing the solubility of the drug, we cannot go for the formulation. So many times solubility, it is studied at different temperatures, at different pH, according to the requirement of the dosage form, solubility has been checked. But if we want to find out the accurate concentration of drug which is soluble in any solvent, that may be the polar, non-polar, semi-polar, acidic medium or basic medium. So at that time we have to check the solubility spectroscopically to find out the accurate amount of the drug which is soluble in particular solvent. But today we are qualitatively checking the solubility of the paracetamol. So here we have used different solvents like water, 5% ethanol, HCl, then ethanol we have used, PET ether we have used, which is non-polar solvent, and alkaline NaOH solvent used. Okay, so here we can see in case of water, few large particles you can see suspended in the test tube. Okay, same thing in case of HCl also, which is acidic medium. Here also we can see 5% HCl. That is also here also we can see large particles, they are suspended in the medium. Then here also in case of ethanol we can see large particles, they are suspended in the test tube. So from this we can determine that paracetamol, it is sparingly soluble or somewhat insoluble in these three solvents. And in case of PET ether, you can see it is completely settled at the bottom, means it is completely insoluble in diethyl ether, which is non-polar solvent, and it is completely soluble in completely not, it is slightly soluble in alkaline medium. Okay, somewhat quite soluble in alkaline medium. So in this way we have added small amount of paracetamol powder in excessive amount of solvent, particular solvent, and we have kept it or stirred it for 10 minutes, so 10 to 15 minutes, and then check the solubility qualitatively. Okay, so like this we have studied the solubility of the paracetamol. Same like this you have to perform for the aspirin powder also. Now we will see the angle of repose. Okay students, so now we will see how to perform angle of repose. Angle of repose, it is performed to check the flowability of the powder, which is very important at the time of formulation. Means it is very necessary to find out the flow property of active ingredients as well as the excipients while formulating the tablets or capsule. Means it affects on the properties of final dosage forms, or at the time of formulation of dosage forms, it may create lot of problems. So it is very necessary to find out the flow properties of the powder. So this is measured by the funnel method. So here we require funnel, and from this funnel we have to pass the measured quantity of the powder in this way. We have to keep the funnel tip. Okay, so in this way, after pouring of the measured volume of the powder from funnel, like this hip will be formed, and after forming this hip, we have to prepare the circle around this hip. Okay, and then after formation of circle, we have to draw three diameters on it. 3 to 4 diameters we have to draw. And then by taking average of these diameters, 3 to 4 diameters, you can calculate the average radius, or you can calculate the radius of this circle. Okay, and you have to put this value of radius into the formula of angle of repose. So a formula for the angle of repose, it is tan inverse theta is equal to h upon r. So here we have seen that the height of the funnel, this is funnel tip, it should be kept 2.5 centimeter from the bottom. So the height here will be 2.5 centimeter, and whatever radius will be there, we have to take from this type of calculation. Okay, you can calculate by drawing the 3 or 4 diameters also, or you can find out radius by calculating the area of circle also. Okay, as we know, graph paper squares, they are having 1 centimeter squares area. So from that we can calculate the actual area of the circle, and we can find out the value of radius also. Okay, so this is about the angle of repose. Now we will see how to perform the bulk density and tap density of the paracetamol or any powder. Now we will see how to perform the tap density and bulk density, how to calculate the tap density and bulk density of the paracetamol and aspirin also. In both cylinders we have kept both the powders. Okay, so from bulk density by calculating the to find out the compressibility of the powder, it is very necessary to find out the compressibility of the powder, and to calculate the compressibility of the powder, it is very necessary to find out the bulk density and tap density of the powders. Okay, at the time of formulation of tablets, at the time of formulation of capsules, it is very necessary to check the compressibility of the powder. So for that bulk density and tap density it is first calculated. So formula for the bulk density, we know density, that means mass upon volume. So we have taken the measured volume of the powder in both the cylinders, and volume we have to check. Now first volume, whenever we pour the powder into the cylinders, that volume it will be bulk volume. Okay, we have to tap the cylinder 2 to 3 times and we can check the bulk volume. So this is near about 40 ml bulk volume is there, and after tapping 100 times, we have to set the instruments for 100 taps, and after tapping 100 times we can calculate the tap density also. Okay, now here we will start the instrument. Okay, you can see like this tap density is performed. After completion of 100 taps, we have to again check the volume of the tapped powder, and this volume of tapped powder we have to take to calculate the tap density. Okay, now we'll go towards the board and we'll see which are the different formulas for this pre-formulation studies. Okay. Okay students, so we have seen in short all the pre-formulation parameters for the aspirin and paracetamol powder. So here we have studied organoleptic characteristics, in that color, smell, taste. Then solubility studies we have performed in polar solvent like water, non-polar solvent like ether, then semi-polar solvent ethanol, acidic. In acidic condition also it is necessary to find out the solubility, that is 5% HCl here we have used. Then for alkaline condition we have used 5% NaOH. So from this we have obtained the results that also we have discussed at the time of performing of solubility studies, that we have found sparingly soluble means drug, it is sparingly soluble in water, ether and ethanol, and it is somewhat quite soluble in alkaline medium. So after that we have performed angle of repose. So whatever hip is obtained, we have to take the height of that hip, and that we have set already. So that was 2.5, and we have to calculate the radius, and from this we can find out the tan inverse theta or actual angle it has been calculated. So whatever, here are the standards of angle of repose. So if your angle it has been below or less than 25 degrees centigrade, then flow of powder will be excellent. If you found the angle in between 25 to 30 degree centigrade, then the good flow properties will be there. If it is in between 30 to 40, then moderate flow will be there. And if the flow found angle it is more than 40, then we can say our powder it is having poor flow properties. Then after that we have checked bulk density of the powder. So formula for the bulk density, that is weight of powder. So we have taken weight of powder accurate, that is 7 gram, and we have to check the bulk volume. We have checked, so that was 40 ml, and from this formula we can calculate the bulk density. Then after tapping 100 times, we can take the in formula weight of the powder, then tapped volume we have to take. From this we can get tapped density, actual tap density of the powder. Then after calculating bulk density and tap density, we have to put these two values to calculate the Carr's index. That means to find out the compressibility of the powder, percent compressibility. So here we have to use tap density minus bulk density divided by tap density into 100. So from this, that is tap density minus bulk density divided by tap density into 100, we can calculate the percent compressibility or Carr's index. Okay, then Hausner's ratio is also very necessary to find out, and this is calculated by this formula, that is tap density divided by bulk density. So in this way we have studied today few parameters of pre-formulation studies, pre-formulation of paracetamol and aspirin. Okay, thank you students.